Yeah, it's 24 degrees out. We probably got 3 or 4 inches of snow out here. So this weekend we will not be in the creek. We will be probably working in the garage and making improvements on our high banker dredge. Welcome back everybody to the Madison Family Farm. Today we're in the shop. We're going to make some modifications to our high banker. We did a little bit of dredging last weekend. We found a little bit of gold. But there's some modifications where we're having some real flat rocks going through our screen here. I want to cut some screen down and make it fit in here so we can reduce it down to about 3/8 inch size. And I want to make it so the water runs all the way to the back of the hopper box and then comes out and comes down through. And I think we're going to put a dampener mat in here to help smooth our water flow out. So hopefully we can start settling out some of that finer gold. So stay tuned and I'll show you what I'm planning to do here. Last weekend Andrew and I put this rubber hose on here to help direct our water so it kind of flows down into here better. We were hitting up high and I had a different piece on right here and it was kind of shooting at an angle, hitting here and splashing back out. So we put this back on the solid piece for it and now we should angle our water down in it. It should splash in and come back down better. What I'm planning to do, I got some flat expanded metal. It's sitting over here on the floor. You can see it. We're going to cut a piece of that, put it in here, and that's going to reduce all this down to about 3/8. These gaps are a little over 1/2 inch here. And I'm getting those real flat rocks about that size, and sometimes you get turned sideways, they get down in there, and they go right down the sluice box, and if anything was small in there, it would definitely knock it out. So what I'm going to do is set that 3/8 flat expanded metal on here, and I'm going to run it so it's this way. That way it should catch those bigger flat rocks and they should run out of here. So what I did was trace this out with a magic marker, probably 200 or 300 thousandths bigger than what it is, because I measured it about 400 thou over on the outside for gaps, so I didn't want that much of a gap on the outside. And I'll probably just cut this with an angle grinder. And what I'm going to do is up here, I left 2 little spots. I'm going to cut this area out and this area out because that's where it hooks on inside the box. And I'm going to bend these over and just hook them right down on the front of this, and it'll sit right on top of there. So that should help classify our material down a little smaller. It's going through the sluice box. Well, the wife and I went out for dinner last night. The fire hall was having a fish dinner for Lent. But it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, a little after 6 in the morning right now. And I'm down in here and I just finished fabricating up that sheet. And it looks pretty good in there. I think it's going to work pretty good. I'll let you guys take a look. Here's how it looks in there. You guys look down here. Got all that expanded metal put on here. And I think that's going to classify our material down a lot nicer. We won't have no big chunks of rocks coming through here. Kind of just bent the edges over around here so it hooks on the top of here. That should help that. Now, next thing I want to do is I want to build a plate underneath this that catches all the material and moves it all to the back of the box here. That way we're using the whole length of the sluice box. And I'll put a dampener down in there to kind of help smooth that water off. so it kind of runs nice and smooth down through the sluice box. So this is what I come up with. I got a piece of plastic in here. I just wired it up in the corners down to this corner and kind of wrapped them around here. This should help force the material down through. And I have the screen piece. It goes in here just like this. You see that fits in there pretty nice. A little bit of gaps on the side, but that's okay. But that'll catch that material, run it down through there. Then over here I got, this is flat expanded metal, about 3/8 gap on it. This will go up on here. I got it so it hooks pretty much in here if I can get it to go down in. I got flat expanded metal on there, so we should be able to shovel right into here. Hopefully everything will be classified to 3/8, and it should run straight down into here, and it'll be all the way in the back of the box here. All the material will be all the way in the back of the box, so it's running the whole length of this sluice box instead of just falling down in there and just being real turbulent. That way it'll come in here, should help maybe break up some of this clay. It'll sit on here longer. It'll also help it wash longer, so that should help give us a little more fine gold recovery. I got the hose hooked up on here. This kind of came with a kit. I bought the hose and the nozzle at Walmart, but that'll help us when we start doing our cleanups. We'll be able to wash everything down a lot nicer. Inside the sluice box part, we got in the top here, I have the indicator mat. Then I put some raised expanded metal in here with indoor-outdoor carpet on it. Then it goes into our riffles. Then we have some more expanded metal with another indicator mat underneath that. And I got some conveyor belt here. And then I put in the miner's moss on the bottom. And I took my flare, because this used to be my sluice box, and I put my flare on the end. I think what I'm going to do is add a dampener mat right here, and that way it's going to come down and open up on both sides. It'll kind of smooth the water out, and we'll put some kind of matting on here. We can slow it way down, so hopefully we can really catch those really small particles of gold coming out. I'm pretty sure I have a mat here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. This was just an old piece of conveyor belt I had. I used to have this in my sluice box. But what I'm thinking about building is turning it upside down here and adding it right here. And it'll help dampen that water down a little bit. Slow it down, smooth it out a little bit coming down through there. Then building another one down here. And maybe a little bit wider so it fits the shape of the flare on the sluice box. That way hopefully it'll push that water out and or make it wider going across this flare. And hopefully that'll slow the water down coming off the end of the box, and we can increase our recovery. So that is what we have right now. Thank you everybody for watching. This has been kind of cool doing these gold videos and seeing all the new subscriptions coming in. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoy building this stuff all the time and playing around, especially on these cold winter days. Andrew and I are having a blast. We're actually planning to go get scuba certified here next month or so. So hopefully we can get into doing some diving eventually. But we love seeing all these new subscriptions coming into our channel and new gold videos that we get to watch you guys. So if you're new to our channel, please subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed this. And we'll see you guys on the next video.